Thanks, Coach. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Seattle Seahawks.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here we go. 180!
59! He's tired of me! He's tired of us!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Go.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Watch the slant.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Shedding the tackle. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. A run for Nick Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Kill. Tighten up.
Omaha, ready, move!
Back to throw, Stafford. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Eagles take over.
All day, baby, all day.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Pick that.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slats.
Now a draw play. This is Jones.
Come on, run.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Wentz now to throw. He's going to let this go deep, and this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here this first quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
10.
Alert 3. Check. Under 10.
And his pass incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball, my coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Hey, Red. Check 3. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch twist.
Double right.
Twist. Switch.
Hey, 70.
Check 24. Crash.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You got him.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
280.
Mike's by 4. Quit talking about it and bring it. Undercrunch. Deuce. Check 31.
Hurry.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. It's our time.
Protein spill.
Whip. Watch the whip. Watch the edge. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
They go with Chubb on second down. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Yeah, baby, boom.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Middle. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Back.
These two teams all tied after one.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready. 20.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Check.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Check 20. You draw Corker. Check the backer. Mike's 5'4".
32.
Mike's 5'4".
He don't know no better.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford, he'll find Metcalf. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagle 16.
11.
Hey, turn it out. Switch.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
54 Mike.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Tight dog.
Zero.
Check. And middle. Watch Avery Creeping. Check 52.
Chubb.
Watch the twitch.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check. Watch 54. Woo! He's checking.
10.
Crash. Shift.
Hey, box drop.
Mike's 50.
Hey.
Mike.
From the gun, here's Stafford.
Here we go
To the
again.
goal line, but it's
again.
incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go. 280!
59. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
To throw, it's Wentz. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Mike,
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's. We got 4.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Let's get that ball.
Now Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
You're on an island over there. Single receiver.
2nd down and goal. Wentz to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown.
DK Metcalf, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on second and 14. Wentz.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Tyson.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Check pass.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Hey, 57.
The run, watch the run. Slam.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Go. 180. 59. Mike to 59.
You can't block me.
Hey, 57.
Mike's 59.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jared Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a...
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Here we go. 180.
59. Hey.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott Good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game.
21, Seahawks 17. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 4.
Hey. Hey, 22.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch it.
Throwing again. Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
It's going to be a long
Bravo.
It's going to be a long day.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
32.
53's the Mike. 53.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, 22.
Check 3.
Alert.
Check 9.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check tight.
Mike, 53. Mike. I'm coming.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Jam.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey.
Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kill. Hey, exit.
Mike, check. 59.
From the gun, it's Wentz.
I got you.
That one caught by Gibson. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
22 yards. That's good for Eagles. 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Here we go. 180. Hey, other side, solid.
Watch the boot.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Jones, the ball carrier. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike to 59.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Omaha, ready, move.
It's our time.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Let's go. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Stafford now to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 53. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, 50.
53's the Mike. 50.
Hey, echo.
Double dog. That's the way. 53's the Mike.
A shotgun snap for Stafford.
Go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 37. Check 37.
Check Alpha.
53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Let's go, defense.
Hey, give me a radar.
Defense. Hey, here we go.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go.
Hey, Delta.
53, Mike 53.
Look at him.
To throw is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Man out. 59.
Now Wentz.
Hey, watch the leg.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Mike is 59.
Now Wentz.
Let's go, G.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. And fights through one man. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check hot route. Hot. Check safety.
40 got.
Here's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got a man time, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
Mike, Mike, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
We got this.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Check, 250.
Check,
Alert.
Mike 54. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
22.
Football. Kill.
Hey, check 20.
Zebra. Here we go.
Shoot.
Nobody has.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
Don't let them breathe. Play that tight D.
Now it's Stafford.
Hey, alert 3. Switch.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
82. Hey, high 7.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You better bring it. You better.
Sunday.
I'm letting you know right now, you better.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. The Eagles on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hey, Stat.
Mike, check. 59.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Cut. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Push him back.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Great 15. Great 15.
Down. Stand up.
Throwing is Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, and when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Sponge.
On the delay, it's Howard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and a yard, Stafford, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here, nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Pick the edge. Come.
Big 20. Stay 50, stay 50. Hey, wahoo! Hey, 50.
Show an 8.
Wide. Get wide.
Operating from the gun. Stafford, he's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
3 buzz.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get the stop here, D.
Joker.
They'll run it with Jones. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Stafford on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
All day, every day.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Forced out to his left. Pass incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Here we go. 20!
He can't hang.
Again, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Here we go. Here we go.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half.